Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're fine. It's a rainy day where I am, but still, it's a blessed day. I'm grateful for another day. I hope you too are grateful, and I hope that this day brings its blessings with it. Each day is different, and each day make it different and make a difference. I believe that you're here to make a difference. So what difference are you making every day? So it's a good afternoon to you. I am in an afternoon zone. If it's a good morning, it's a good morning for you. And if it's an evening, good evening to you. Welcome to today. My name is Winnie Kamuya, CEO, International Renaissance Center, an international best-selling author, a speaker, and a coach. So, we have been speaking about speaking up. Are you speaking up? Are you sharing your opinions? Because today I want to look at 9 constructive ways you can speak up. Remember, you and me are not able to meet the way we'd love like before. We might stay like this for quite some time. We don't know how long. And because of that, we still must continue to speak. We still must share our opinions. So where do you share your opinions? You can share your opinions here. You can share elsewhere where you are meeting your friends, your family, your colleagues. Share your opinion. Your opinion matters. Your voice matters. So if you keep quiet, it might be costly. They say silence is costly. So let's get down to business. And before we start looking at the 9 ways in which you can ensure that you are speaking up, let's first of all look at the benefits. And I'll look at 5 benefits of speaking up. So let's ensure that we are not caught up in one statistic. So in an article somewhere in Guardian, a nurse reported that at the deathbed, most of the people had the regret of not expressing their true emotions. So, let me repeat that. In an article in The Guardian, a nurse reported that failing to express true emotion was one of the most common regrets. Do you want to be one of the statistics in such an incident? I believe not. So if that's not the case, let's look at what are some of the benefits of truly expressing your emotion. That is, sharing your opinion, speaking up, because you're here to speak up, share your opinion, and to impact the world. Number 1, the first benefit is that you lead a fuller life. If you stay with those things inside you, every single day they will remind you you haven't spoken. There's an issue that you need to speak up and that you're silent about. Do you want to stay silent or you want to speak up? Share your opinion. Someone could benefit. Someone could change their life. So speak up. So the first benefit is that when you speak up, you are able to live a fuller life. Remember when you speak up and everybody is standing, looking at you, and realizing, oh, I know now, so that's what's going on. Yes, that's what you want, because you have shared your opinion. So you want to speak up, and by speaking up, you get to learn more about yourself and you get to interact with the world. Benefit number 2, you become more authentic. You know, with silence, no one knows what you're thinking, no one knows what really you're up to. No one even can imagine what's going on, because it's only yourself who knows what's going on. So, if you want to share your opinion, if you share, then You let people know the real you, and when they know the real you, at the end of the day, you still want to remain unique. So people know that you are real you, and they will know that you are the person you are, and they will accept you for who you are. Benefit number 3, it banishes your fears. So what are some of your fears? They will judge you. It's hard that you think. I said before, they started judging you from the day you were born. The day you showed up. You are crying too much, you're sleeping too much, you're sleeping and making noise, you're not settled, they're not happy, you're too dark, you're too light, you don't look like us. They judged you from day one when you came. So you want to keep on sheltering yourself from the fears. You don't have to. You are you, and that's why you are unique. You need to accept and know that they started judging you from the first day. So accept that and know that you are still being judged. And that should not make you stop showing up and sharing your opinion. Benefit number 4, it strengthens your relationship. Guess what? You are giving your opinion. And people can now think, oh, I think I can trust them. They understand what I'm going through. They know exactly what to do. And you know, when they know you know, they will come to you. And when they come to you, you will help them to go through a phase they could be scared going through, or they could be able to transform their life. Maybe you are the person they were waiting for. So don't let that hold you back. And benefit number 5, and I'm sure you love this, it liberates others. Sometimes people are waiting for the first person to take the risk of talking, of sharing, and then they can start. Because they say courage is contagious. So you are around other people. Are you being courageous? Are you bringing courage by sharing your opinion? Giving others the freedom to speak. Because when you speak up, others will also start. I said, courage is contagious. And now that you have made it easier for others to speak up, let's look at the 9 ways to constructively speak up. Because you will need to speak up if you're going to lead. Remember, leadership is not only just showing the way, it's communicating the way. How do you do that if you don't speak? How will they know where they're supposed to go? How will they know how to get in touch with you and ask you, are we on the right track? We feel stuck, we don't know what to do, we don't know what is next. What will you do at that moment? And that is why you need to know how to constructively speak up, share your opinion. So number 1, technique number 1 is clarify your intention. We talked a lot about why. You need to know your why. If you don't know your why, it could be a problem. So you need to start with intention. What is your why? Why are you leading the way you lead it? Or what or where are you taking us, them? Why are you taking them there? Because once they understand, it will become easy for them to follow. Without intentions, they don't know where they're going and why they're going there. So you need to set and clarify your intentions. Technique number 2, consider the risks. There are times, especially if you're in an environment, in an office, where you feel, if I give my opinions, they will not be well received. Then let me see. Do I need to give the opinions? You might have to restrain and find other strategies to pass on that opinion. And there will always be ways you can do that. Technique number 3, take accountability for your emotions. Remember that you can't go around and say, I am the way I am because of my father, because of my mother, because of my sisters, or because of my brothers, because of my family, because of the world. You can't blame everybody. You have to start taking responsibility for your life. And that means taking responsibility also for your emotions, so that when you share your opinion, you are taking responsibility so that you don't bring out your frustrations onto other people, because they too have their own issues. Everybody is carrying their own baggage. Look around. Is it something to do with your mindsets, your beliefs? Is it something that you've carried for a long time without you noticing that you needed to change? You can't go on saying, because of my father, because of my mother, because of our family, because of where I live. You can't go on doing that. You've got to change the story. Always remember you are holding the pen to your end of story of your life. Write that story that you want it to end to. So keep changing and know that you have the power within you. And that means that it is within you and you can do it. Technique number 4, and I love this and I'll share with you why. Start out small. Many times we think that you have to start out big. Every winner, every successful person starts small. Why? If you want to climb a mountain, you cannot go like within a day to the top of the mountain. You have to start at the foot of the mountain, one step at a time. Why is this important? Because then it tells you you have some journey to go. And each step takes you forward. So you need to take your steps forward. One of the things that you need to remember is that you need 66 days to train yourself into a habit for you to get successful. So take small steps each day and you'll be surprised how that moves your life in a direction that you love. So do it daily and do small steps. Technique number 5, practice regularly. I said, do it if it must, daily. Each day you're moving forward. Each day you're moving. Remember, your journey here is not short. It might look long, but it could be short and no one knows except God. So, if that's the case, every day make effort to make small, little changes to your life and make it. Notice that every time you are learning how to share your opinion, you can begin with the people close to you, the people you trust. Because when you're making sudden changes and people are not used to you, like talking, then they'll be like, oh, what happened? Why are you changing? Is there a problem? Because they are not used to you speaking up. They are used to you being silent. You can't go on living silently. You've got to share your opinions, your perspectives. And that's why it's important to start practicing small by small by small, until a time when you get opportunities, you speak up. Because there will be opportunities, they will say, we need a volunteer for this. And you stand up and you can speak. So practice. Technique number 6, remain tactful. There are times when you'll be confronted with difficult things. And if you have to speak up, you have to know, okay, this issue, I need to be tactful because I might speak my mind or share my opinion and then people don't understand, because all of us think from our perspectives. We receive information from our perspectives based on the experiences we've had. So we've got we've got boundaries, or we've got things that make us not understand things sometimes because of our own experiences. So keep that in mind. So when you speak out, know that people are thinking from their own perspective. So remain tactful and know that that will be very important into maintaining what you want to share, so that people can sit and listen, or people can give also their own opinions. Technique number 7, respect boundaries. Every opportunity you have to speak up, remember their boundaries. You too have set your own boundaries, and you don't want to touch on sensitive topics and then you are left wondering, why did I join into that conversation? Maybe I should have left it alone. No, this is where I reach, this is where I can't touch, and this is what I think about it. I don't need to go beyond that. Respect other people, because everybody has their own opinion, and respecting yourself means that you will also respect others, because everyone has got their own perspective. Give your opinion, keeping in mind that everyone thinks from their own experience. Technique number 8, which is so important in leadership, is listen intentionally. Remember, people are not listening when you're talking to them. So pay attention to whether they will be listening to you, and you learn too to listen. Because if you are not listening and you want to speak up, how will others listen to you if you don't listen? You have to learn to listen. When you listen, you understand the other person's perspective, and that can also help you when you speak to be tactful. So you know very well that this is not going to be received well. I need to tread carefully. I need to know that they do not agree with me. But if I show them the perspective, the point, my opinion, they could understand and they could change. So listen, and listen intentionally. So technique number 9, it's also good to share good news and give people compliments. When people do good, give them compliments. It's one of the hardest things, and especially if you are leading. You did well. That was good. Let them know. Because when you let them know, then you have encouraged them, motivated them, inspired them. They say what gets celebrated gets repeated. Do you want them to repeat what they have just done? Give compliments. You'll be surprised. They will do better. So it's up to you to practice and to teach yourself to give compliments. And that doesn't mean you also don't get or receive. Also, receiving compliments can be difficult. Learn to receive compliments and know. And give yourself compliments too when you do something. Give yourself compliments. In fact, celebrate yourself. Because when you celebrate yourself, you're telling yourself, your subconscious, that what you did is good. So if that really aligns with what you're planning to do, make sure you are celebrating yourself. Give yourself compliments each day when you achieve something that you've been planning to do. Remember, you can do it. And I believe that given the opportunity, and now that you have the opportunity, there's nothing stopping you. I believe that the only person who can hinder you from being constructive in terms of speaking, it's yourself. No one is in your way. So remember, being confident means speaking. And if you have to speak up, you've got to know, how can I do this tactfully? And why do I have to speak? How will it change others? How do I make sure they see my perspective? Because we know one thing, you're here to change the world. You can't change the world in silence. You can change the world when you speak up, because then people know which one is the thing that aligns with you and what it means and why it's important. So if this is all meant to make sure that you're impacting the world, here is my challenge for you today. Start small. So you have a plan for yourself. Create a plan. This reminds me, today in the morning, I normally love to listen to inspirational, motivational videos, audios. I love to listen to that. It starts my day because it means that I'm moving in the right direction. So my mentor was speaking about 66 days and was sharing about the son who has a plan to ensure that at the age of 21, they are a good sports person. And he shared how they divided those 66 days to 2 hours in a day for the next 12 years. So what is your small start? Where will you start? What are your 2 hours? What is your half an hour? What are you doing daily to ensure that you are getting to where you love to be? Because leadership is having a plan. So start small and share the good news. And what you should do, receive and give sincere compliments starting today. Do that. And you'll have shifted yourself and started leading in a way you never imagined. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that those 9 techniques will come into play into your life as you speak up. I believe you have an opinion, you have a voice, and your voice should give you your power to your why. Let others know what is your why. Until next time, leave your comments and feedback below, and I will see you next time. It's a goodbye for now, and till then.